Hey guys, Super Godzilla Final Wars here, and I am back once again with another video. Today, we're going to be discussing a very interesting theory video that I wanted to discuss for quite some time. I originally wanted to discuss this video, this particular video on my old channel, but I never quite got the chance to do it, and I, kind of lost that chance. My old YouTube channel was deleted. When my old YouTube channel was deleted, I never quite got the chance to kind of explain this what if. This what if video was something, like I said, wanted to do for quite some time. And that is, what if Hiccup and Elsa met? Or more specifically, what if Hiccup and Elsa exist in the same universe? Now, for those who are confused on why am I mentioning this, it's because there's a kind of popular ship, and it's a crossover of How to Train Your Dragon and Frozen. And there is the popular ship that is Hiccup X Elsa, or Hic Elsa, as a lot of people like to call it, the ship. And despite these characters not meeting each other, there is a buttload of fan art and fan videos and fan stories about these characters. Hell, even I made a fan story, a couple of fan stories about these two characters. There was my old Godzilla and Hic Elsa story, and then, of course, there was my audiobook story that had Hiccup and Elsa be a thing. But today we're going to be discussing a what-if video. We're basically going to be discussing what if the Frozen universe and the How to Train Your Dragon universe were one universe. And what if Hiccup and Elsa fell in love with each other? How will this change the events of both of their franchises? How will this change the events of the How to Train Your Dragon franchise? And how will this change the events of the Frozen franchise? For starters, let's get a real quick recap of the Frozen franchise. The Frozen franchise is having so far the biggest and fattest question out there. And that question is this: will Elsa get a love interest? That was the biggest question in the Frozen fandom for quite some time. And that is, will Elsa get a love interest? A lot of people who are somewhat theorizing that Elsa could be gay, because there was this one character in the Frozen 2 movie that she kind of interacts with a lot. And I just think that those two characters are just good friends. Plus, we don't even know if Elsa's really into that kind of relationship. Others are saying that she might find a guy to be like her boyfriend or her love interest. And when that topic is mentioned, there are two characters in the waters that are pretty much being talked about a lot. The first one is being, Jack Frost. And I think that is just kind of a little obvious. Oh, and there's a pretty damn good reason why. They're both ice people. Elsa has ice powers, Jack Frost has ice powers. Of course, they both have white hair, and they both have blue eyes. Which I think, if you really think about it, wouldn't that technically make them, kind of related or something? Because if you really think about it, it would make sense. Because, I guess there could be a massive difference between the two characters. That being, well, one is afraid to lose control of her power. The other one is not really caring on what happens with his power. He just wants to use his power for good and to protect the innocent. And the other character that is well talked about in, well, Frozen universe is, well, Prince Hans. And, well, I don't think that relationship could ever work out. And the reason why is because the guy who literally tried to kill her in the first movie, at the tail end, at the near end of the movie, the guy flat out makes up a lie and tries to come up with a perfect excuse of wanting to kill Elsa. And that's just kind of stupid, because why would they put these two characters together if one tried to kill the other? I just found that very odd. But not as odd as the most stupidest and the most weirdest ship in the entirety of the Frozen universe, that being Elsa x Anna. Yes, there are a bunch of stupid people out there who literally ship these two together. And I was just like, they are sisters. Why are you like this? They are literally sisters. This is like the most dumbest shit I have ever seen in my entire life. Not only that, Anna freaking has a boyfriend. No, actually, no. Not a boyfriend. A freaking husband at this point. She has a husband. So why the hell will she have any reason to cheat on her husband? That is just the stupidest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that has been the biggest question in the entirety of the Frozen universe. That being, will Elsa ever get a love interest? At this point, it's really unknown, honestly. I don't think Elsa would get a love interest, but even if it does happen, well, I don't think that won't happen for at least a couple of movies, these in the near future. I mean, after all, we do got some news about Frozen 3, and it's not looking too good. Because while it is good that Frozen 3 is announced, there's a problem. And that problem being, this damn thing will not come out until 2020. Hold on. This damn movie won't come out until November 24, 2027. So literally, it will take 3 years from the next Frozen movie to come out. Literally, 3 years for the next damn Frozen movie to come out. But anyways, enough of that, and back onto the main topic of the video. Now, for those of you who are watching this video, and you're familiar with How to Train a Dragon, you're probably going to be like, why would Hiccup cheat on Astrid? Well, this is a what if. So meaning there is the possibility that Hiccup may have not had any romantic interest in Astrid, and maybe he could have just seen her as a good friend. Or most likely, just a bully. Because, well, if you look back at it, Astrid was kind of being a bully to Hiccup. even in the other two movies. She has actually been abusing Hiccup. So what about Elsa? This is where things would probably get a little interesting, because Elsa's not a character who seeks violence or does violence. The only real time she does violence is when she's rather defending people who can't defend themselves, or defending the ones that she knows and cares about, or just defending herself entirely. She's not a person who literally punches people all the time, or just bullies people. She's just not that kind of character. In fact, she seeks out reasoning with other people, just like Hiccup. And that's the one thing I like about these two. They both seek out to reason with other people, well, instead of immediately choosing violence. Astrid just flat out wants to choose violence every single time that she gets. Every single time that she wants to start violence, she would want to start violence. Now, anyways, let's begin the what if. So, what if Hiccup and Elsa existed in one universe? We could say that most likely Arendelle exists in the world of the How to Train Your Dragon universe, or we could just say that the How to Train Your Dragon world exists in the Frozen universe. And in this alternative universe, there's something that is entirely different from the main universe, that being Hiccup's love interest. He doesn't really see Astrid as a, love interest. He just kind of sees her as a bully. And, that is, technically what she is. She is basically a bully, honestly. Maybe at the time, I still like this character, don't get me wrong, and I think the ship between her and Hiccup, Hiccup x Astrid, is just interesting. I'm not saying it's a bad ship, I'm just saying it's interesting. I just don't like the interactions that these two characters had. The majority of the time, it's just through violence, or literally Astrid just flat out questioning Hiccup's decisions. And literally making decisions for him, instead of having him to make the decisions for himself. And that kind of sounds like another character that I know. And that character is Elsa. She kind of goes through the same thing. Except where it's, instead of dragons, it's about her powers, and about what's going on in the world that she was born into. And she has a sister who does the exact same thing that Astrid does to Hiccup, questioning their decisions, and making certain decisions for them. Only there's a massive difference. Hiccup is trying to fit into his world, where Elsa is trying to hide from the world because of her powers. Anyways, let's just begin. I'm sorry, I keep on changing topics. Anyways, so let's just say that the Frozen universe exists in the world of the How to Train Your Dragon. Most likely, Elsa's people, or Arendelle for short, Arendelle will most likely be suffering the same problem that all the other Fight Kings are suffering. That is against the war with the dragons.